folks, welcome to my irregulars and those of you who are walking through the door for the first time. We're going to be going electric green because we are using one of these bottles that you might have lurking around in the back of your drinks cabinet, or maybe you want to try it for the first time. Yeah, we're going to be using Midori, but what does Midori mean? And it is a spring drink. Is it really? Well, I'll talk a little bit more about that. You'll need to watch the whole video. On this episode of Hit the Mahogany, we are going to be doing the Japanese slipper. Alright, Japanese slipper. Let's start where this one actually comes from in the first place. Actually comes from French bartender in Australia, came up with this one back in the 1980s. Oh, the glorious 80s, you know. Everybody's wanting everything bright and, you know, high contrast colours, and Midori certainly doesn't let you down. Now Midori, let's talk a little bit about Midori itself. Midori is Japanese for green. It actually means a little bit more than that, and of course I touched upon spring earlier on. Why? Because Midori also means things that are like new shoots, new leaves, things that are budding. A little bit more of that, so a little bit of that spring essence. So Midori, even although it's green, extends, and like many languages, there can be multiple meanings for that word. But let's just stick with the fact it's going to be green. Midori, made now by Suntory, and it is flavoured with muskmelon, and I can never get this one, yubari. Yubari is a type of cantaloupe. So this is a sweet liqueur. It's usually around, it's about 20-21%. Now, depending on where it's actually made in the world, because it's made in the US, made in Japan, actually it was originally fully made in Japan and then imported into the US and other countries until, I think a little bit more around about the 1980s as well. Hence the fact the cocktail started at that point in time, because allegedly the bartender, somebody from the organisation at the time that was to start, I don't know if Suntory owned it then, but some sales rep came in, hey look, we've got a bottle of this green stuff, what can you do with it? Do you want to buy it? Come on, let's do something with it. It's the 80s, let's go fucking snazzy, get big shoulder pads and, you know, get some electric, not electric blue, we'll go for electric green now. Alright, it can be sweeter depending on which place it's actually made. So let's have a little taste of this just straight up. It's not usually drunk straight, but as I say with things, learn about your actual ingredients. Are they good? Are they bad? Are you indifferent? What's it like? How does this actually affect the whole flavour of your drink that you're making? Alright. So, I've only actually ever had that in cocktails. I hadn't actually drunk it straight. And the first thing that actually comes to mind is, oh, they'll kill me for this. It's got that sweetness, and you can see, if you actually swirl this around, if you had it in a bigger glass, you'd be able to see the legs, which show how, you know, there's a lot of sugar content, so it's sticky to the sides of the glass. You get those legs that come in there, and you get that with all drinks. But what actually comes to mind, first of all, is like cough medicine, to be honest. Sorry. But not in a bad way. The melon flavouring, it's very subtle. It's a sweet liqueur, you know, definitely. Hence, you really want to mix it with something else. I wonder how much if you drink that, if you actually, once you go to the toilet, if you actually start peeing electric green as well. What goes in must come out as well, you know. Alright. Let's get on with the green slipper itself. It's a very easy one. Midori, Cointreau or triple sec, and I've got lime juice. Now you can use lemon juice as well. I like this one, so we'll use the lime juice. Alright, going to be making 2 of these. Very easy one to remember. 1 ounce equal parts, so you can't F this one up, can you? Well, you can if you're going for the ice first of all. Alright. So, it's funny how I was just thinking about that there, talking about going to the ice first. You're making a cocktail. You're going to make mistakes. You might be thinking about, if you're making 2, you know, you're like, what's 3/4 times 2? Is it 1.5? Is it 652 ounces? I can't quite work out what it is. You might fluff it up. So the idea always is start with your cheapest ingredient first of all. and you leave your most expensive one until the end, actually, okay? So, I'm going to start with my lime juice here. 1 ounce for each of the drinks, so there's actually 2 ounces in here. That's the lime juice in. I'll call that the cheapest one. I don't know which one's the next cheapest, but we'll call it. Doesn't matter, alright? Okay, well it does, but not between these two. Alright, so it's going to be 1 ounce for each of our electric Midori, electric green melon drink there. Cointreau. And we go. So we kind of got sweet, sour, a little bit more sweetness there as well, but then a different fruit coming in. Orange, okay? That's it. Holy mackerel. I'm going to tell you, I haven't tried the Japanese slipper. Try Japanese cocktail. Absolutely fantastic. Orgeat in that, it's just a stunning, stunning drink. And actually, if you're thinking about something that's a little bit more for the spring as well, Sakura Martini, Sakura, Cherry Blossoms. There's a great, I've got a great video as well, so go to those videos as well. Alright, let's get some ice in here. There we go. Done. Give me a minute, we'll get this one chilled down, okay? Woo! Cold. Always makes me feel, it's like, it's a weird feeling that goes through me. I almost feel sick for a second when I do that, you know, it's weird. I see adverts for insulated ones. Whatever, I can live with it. I'm going to be drinking in a second anyway. Alright. Shaken up. Let's get this one. I wonder what colour this is going to be. Any guesses? Fuck's sake. If this comes out blue, fucking hell, it's going to be a miracle. Oh, good grief, it's come out green. There we go. No surprise there. Nice cocktail glass. Easy for you to adjust the ratios for this one, big time, okay? Now, you can certainly, what do you want to use for a garnish? Well, you can put in your balls in there, maybe not those ones. You can put in melon balls, slice of melon. I'm actually going to go with a little bit of contrast. Now you can use what would be a bright red, what you would know as a maraschino cherry, but I'm actually going to use a Luxardo cherry and just drop that in so that sits at the bottom there. You get a nice little bit of contrast there, you know. You know the sorry, not the watermelon, but the like melon honeydew or something like that. It's going to add to it definitely, but you've got no contrast in the colours there or anything like that. Maybe just a nice wedge on the side will look good. I've got that in the bottom there. Looks dubious. Looks as though somebody took a shit in your glass. But I suspect it's going to taste a little bit different. Alright. We now have our Japanese slippers. Now, of course, Japan and Australia are very close together in relative terms. Hence the fact there's a lot of cross-pollination between the two countries there. The Japanese slippers. So. Alright. Here we go. Let's give this one a wee taste then, okay? Oh! Oh! You know what the word was that came straight to mind? Sherbert. That was it. Sherbet, straight away. Why? That sweetness and sour. There isn't any fizz in it, but it kind of does sparkle on your tongue. It does. There's a kind of fizziness in there. And that's probably because your tongue is going, what the fuck is going on here? Is this sweet? Is it sour? There's no bitterness in it. What the blazes is it? You still got the Midori in there. The orange just rounds that out. The Cointreau just kind of, I don't word this one. It's like a landscape that you're looking at there. You know, you kind of got the orange across it, the ochre colours. Then you got a little bit of sweetness in the top, a little bit of sour in the bottom, and just green. Yeah, I don't know. The fuck. You think I'd been drinking? I haven't. Well, actually, I did. I had Weihenstephaner Pilsner, that was it. Just one bottle. That is actually very pleasant. I'm very surprised considering how sweet this is and how Cointreau is not as sweet as that. But definitely that's come through. If somebody likes sweet and sour drinks, margaritas, drinks like that, that's a winner. Holy shit, that is actually pretty damn good. I like that. Alright, everybody. Midori, spring, shoots, growing through the earth, coming out, breathing fresh air, getting a little bit of that sunshine coming in there, you know. Enjoy your Japanese slippers. That's freaking good. Cheers.